Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Doce, and today I'm gonna show you how I did this look. I tried to use as much as possible of the products that I have included in my project pans that I'm working on right now. I have three different ones. I have my rolling project pan, my Partners in Cream project pan, and Pan Those Eyeshadows project pan, and I've included products from every project pan. So yeah, I just wanted to do a video showing you how I would typically use these items and how I've learned to love some of these items, because initially when I included them in my project pan, I didn't absolutely love them. And I found ways to use them that really works for me. So I want to talk a little bit about that and then just show you how I did this makeup look. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Alright, I am going to try to use as much as possible of these project pan items I have. I'm going to start it out with my MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. There might be a few spoilers during this video. It's a little bit hard to avoid, but I'm going to try not to show you every single item and rather do a separate update of my project pan items. Then for eyeshadows, I sort of have two options. I can go for a really warm eyeshadow look or a cooler taupey eyeshadow look. If I do a warmer eyeshadow look, I get to use more of the eyeshadows in my Pan Those eyeshadows. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the Cocoa Bear, that's like a dark matte brown from MakeupGeek. I'm going to use that. First off, I'm just going to use some powder like right in my crease. And then I'm going to go in with that Cocoa Bear shade. I'm gonna mix it a little bit. Let me make another. I'm gonna mix it a little bit with the powder to tone it down a little bit because it's quite pigmented. And I feel like I need a mirror that is closer to me. My vision is not very good. So I'm just applying that kind of right above the crease. I find that this works really nice to use as like a crease shade. I didn't think I was going to be able to use the Cocoa Bear shade as a crease shade just because it's just so dark and pigmented. But turns out if I mix it with a powder, it just becomes the favorite warm matte brown. That's just, yeah, perfect for the crease, I feel like. With this eye look that I'm going to do, I think it's what I'm going to do, we'll see. But this has kind of been a kind of a go-to look for these warmer eyeshadows because I feel like it works so nice combined this way. Same eyeshadow using the Cocoa Bear, just like a different smaller brush so I can be a little bit more precise in the actual crease and a little bit on the outer part of my lid as well. So now I'm not mixing the Cocoa Bear at all. I'm just going in with that shade and just sort of deepen the look a little bit. Okay, I feel because I have a little bit of droopy eyes, not like super droopy, but they are going a little bit downwards and they are a tiny bit hooded, especially the one eye. So I feel like I have to go back a little bit and work that crease shade Cocoa Bear mixed with the powder a little bit like higher. I feel like that helps to lift the eyes a little bit. That sometimes is like the last thing I do because I always feel like I'm lacking of color there and it just doesn't give me that depth. And sometimes I forget and I look at myself in the mirror during the day and I realize, oh, that's not a good look for me. That's not where I should apply my eyeshadow. And it's just so weird because I sometimes find myself feeling so bored of my eyeshadow application. Just going in with the same combination of Cocoa Bear and powder underneath my eyes as well, or like my lower lash line. Yeah, I find myself being a little bit bored because I found like the way that I like to apply my eyeshadow. I know exactly what works for my eyes, so I don't feel like, you know, you have all these kinds of placements. You got the halo eye, you've got the cut crease, you've got like so many things you can do while applying your eyeshadow, but I always end up feeling like what I normally do every day is what works for me, which is going like darker, going lighter into my inner corner. That works for me for so many reasons. Because of the distance between my eyes, because of how I want to shape my eyes, the depth that I want. Yeah, there's just so many things I like about that way of application, but at the same time I find myself just being a little bit boring. So I'm sure you guys have, if you've followed me, you know sometimes I experiment and try some different techniques, but for the most part I stick to what works for me, and also what works for a lot of people, because that way of application is, you know, a matte crease shade, deepen up the outer corner, maybe some metallic shade on the lid, highlighting the inner corner, and that's it. And yeah, it works for a lot of people, for a lot of eye shapes. That's just something I've realized over the years, that like there's not always a point in trying every single makeup technique, because not everything works for you, even though it's trendy, or you know. I'm just using the matte red Inglot shade that I have completely fallen in love with. You know, I was just supposed to use this 10 applications, which I'm glad I only put, or did I put, no, I put 10, a usage goal of 10. I'm glad, because I have so many shades to work on and I do want to rotate through my collection, so it's fine that way. But I thought that this was going to be a challenge, like a struggle to figure out how I could make this eyeshadow work, and it turns out I absolutely love this eyeshadow. I have fallen for it. The way it enhances my blue eyes, I don't know if you can see that, it just brightens up my eye color, and it's a fun color as well, because it's just something different. I've never really used red eyeshadow ever. It kind of reminds me of the effect that I get from the Cocoa Bear, because Cocoa Bear is a matte warm brown, whilst this is a matte red, which is also a very warm shade. So it kind of gives the same effect, but this is just a little bit more vibrant and out there, a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying my best to give myself some challenges here and there. It's fun to try out something new. And it turns out, you know, when I actually try this color that has just been sitting in my collection for years, and it turns out I love it, it just makes me realize that it's okay to go a little bit outside of your comfort zone. You might end up loving the products or the techniques. So now I just contradicted what I just said. But yeah, I love this. What I find difficult is finding a lip shade that works for this red. It's just, you know, I do have a red lipstick in my project pan, but I don't feel like it works with this shade of red, so I don't know, we'll get to that. But then what I like to do is just pick up a little bit of the metallic Gold shade from Inglot and just apply in the inner part of my lid, and then just working it out to the red shade. I really love the gold and the red paired together. It's probably not so much of a spring eyeshadow look, but it would work really nice in the fall and winter time. Also, I've said it before and I'll say it again, bringing these items that I've tried like once or twice and I'm not really sure of, I don't know if I like it, probably gonna declutter it, and then I end up loving it. It's what I absolutely love as a result from doing these project pans. I'm just using my face highlighter to just highlight a little bit of the inner corner. This is not in my project pan, so although I have considered including it in my project pan because it's my oldest, probably one of my oldest products. Undress Your Skin from Makeup Academy. I love this highlighter, but there's just some products, there's just no point in including them in a project pan because I've used this so much over the years. I don't remember, I think this is from like 2015, 16, something like that. I have it written down, but yeah, it says old. It's old. And I've used it a ton and you can barely see the usage of this. So there's absolutely no point in including it. Next, I don't know, I have this eyeliner, this blue eyeliner. It doesn't really work on my waterline. It's such a beautiful shade. Actually, I could try, just gonna see how that works. I'm gonna put this nude shade in my waterline first, sort of as a base, and see if it then works to apply that blue liner like on top. It's not great, but I feel like it worked a little bit better. I think I'm just gonna apply it to the middle part. Did it even give an effect? I sometimes, by applying a blue eyeliner either along the lash line or on the waterline, I feel like it makes the white in my eye even whiter. And it's just, I feel like it's a healthy look, but I could be wrong. I don't know if this is something I'm going to recommend or do again. I mean, I don't know, it works okay. Let's just leave it at that. I probably could have done like a winged liner or something instead. Okay, I think we're done for now with my eyes. Let me just blend out a little bit on top here. I'm going to remove any fallout and I'm going to do my skincare and I'll be right back. Alright, as I was applying my skincare, I realized I want even more on that part I talked about. Like right above my crease right here. I think I'm going to do the brown shade and apply a little bit more right here. Okay, we'll see. I'm going to take a look at the end and see if there's any adjustments needed. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of lip balm. This is also in my Per Nursing Cream. Love this lip balm, by the way. Next is primer, the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. I only need so little. I just put on a little bit like around my nose and that's it. Yeah, I used to own this, a full-size version of this years ago. I feel like I appreciated it more back then because I think that was like my only primer at the time and I got to enjoy it more. Now I'm just kind of rushing through it and trying to be done with it because I have so many other primers, but it is a good primer. Next, my Charlotte Tilbury under eye corrector. I just use this tiny little, I think it's a lip brush actually, like so. Just where I feel like I need it. And I actually, I'm pretty high maintenance with my concealers these days because in addition to this, I use 3 concealers. For good reason, because I use one more that is sort of a hybrid between a corrector, under eye corrector, and a concealer. And I just do like thin layers of this one and thin layers of that one. I feel like that is working pretty well. And then I just lighten up the inner corner and the outer parts of my eyes with a different concealer, and then I do any like correcting with another concealer for my face. So none of those are in my project pan. I'll do those off camera. I'm just going to apply the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint in 110 Fair to Light first. I feel like this is the perfect foundation for me, or skin tint for me these days, because it's a little bit darker. It's not like dark, but it's perfect for spring when you just want a little bit of a glow. But this is also very hydrating, which is great for my still dry, from the dry, cold climate that we have in the winter time in Norway. So I really enjoy this, especially in the spring. And I don't use much, I really don't, and I like to apply it with my fingers. It's just to even out the face a little bit. I'm going to do my concealers, and I'll be right back. Next is a very interesting product for me, because this is one of those products that I was very ready to move on from. I was ready to try another bronzer in my collection. This is the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream in Tan Bronze. Yeah, because I wasn't really enjoying this product. I didn't really love it. No. I can't really pinpoint what it was. It was sort of not loving the result, not loving the process of applying it. I always felt like I struggled a little bit, and I'm still not sure if the color is right for me. Technically, I've reached my goal with this bronzer, but I have decided to keep on using it for a little while longer, as long as I'm enjoying it, because it's a cream product. It's my only cream bronzer, so I might as well get more use out of it as I'm enjoying it now. Because what I realized the last 2 times that I used it, I applied it in a different way that I've done earlier. Because earlier I've just used this Real Techniques brush, sculpting brush, really nice brush I think, and I just dipped it in and applied it, like buffed it in like that. Then the last 2 times I used it before I reached my goal, I just dipped my finger in and I applied it like this. I just couldn't care less, and I was just over this product, and I just did this, and I figured I wanted to use the brush in like the temples and stuff. I just felt like that worked better. So what I did apply a little bit of product like this, and then I just blended it like so, and I found it to be so much easier than only using a brush. So all of a sudden I'm really enjoying this bronzer. So again, like I said earlier, having these products that you don't really know what to do with, you're considering decluttering it, you don't love them, and you put it into a project pan, and it turns out after you force yourself a little bit to use it, turns out you like it, or you make it work for like somehow. I found it interesting. I was about to declutter this eye cream. I just couldn't make it work underneath my eyes. It wouldn't absorb. It was just laying on top of my skin. I didn't like it at all. And then you get inspired from other YouTubers. I have a few like favorite panning YouTubers within this beauty community that inspires me so much, and they've shown me new ways to use products, like using a lip liner as a blush. I think it was, who did that? Was it Sarah Rose maybe? I'm not sure, but I got inspired and now I'm doing it all the time. So I love that. And with the eye cream I was talking about, I thought, I've always wanted like a separate cream to apply on the like décolleté, but I've never been able to use regular body lotion, and because it breaks me out for some reason. And I've tried so many different ones, it doesn't work. And I've tried face moisturizer, but the moisturizers that I've used are quite expensive and I use them up way too fast just applying them here. And then I tried this eye cream on my like breast area and it works great. And now I love this product for that reason, and I was about to declutter it. I'm just so fond of this beauty community. I just feel like we're all these wonderful people who are just inspiring, motivating each other, cheering each other on, giving all these great tips to just try to use what you already have and lower the consumerism, and I really love that. So thank you, all of you fellow YouTubers, and also I hope that the viewers of my videos get some tips and tricks and inspiration and motivation here and there. I really hope so, because that is one of the main reasons why I do videos. I really do videos for myself, like mainly because I just find it really fun and like a getaway from real life, sort of. It's like a fantasy world with just involving makeup and creativity and fun times. So that's mainly why I'm here, and then I just think it's a huge bonus if someone actually likes my videos. That is amazing. Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, that was a little bit off topic. Let's move on. So my conclusion is I'm starting to really like this now. Next we have some blush. What options do I have? I sort of have 3 like cream options. I can use my Milk Makeup cream blush in work, which I absolutely love. I could mix this Bella Pierre lipstick in the CherryPop with my concealer and make a really nice blush with that, or I can use a little bit of this lip liner from ModelCo and apply that as a blush. So I think it all comes down to what works with my eyeshadow. I feel like this is a little bit too cool for my eyeshadow, so I'm going to skip the lip liner. I think that it's hard to see, but I think I've done this combination before and liked it, so I could do that. This work shade really works for any eyeshadow. You know what, just for the fun of it and to show how I use this as a cream blush, I'm going to do this today. So another product that I've found new ways to use, I just apply a tiny little bit like so on my hand, and then I do the tiniest little bit of the True Skin concealer from Catrice in Cool Cashmere, I just take the tiniest little bit of product on my finger and then I mix it like so. And it turns out like a really beautiful mauvey shade. This is actually gorgeous as a lip shade. It just won't work with this eyeshadow, so I can't really, I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't work, I don't feel like. But I think it's going to work as a blush. So I just apply it with one finger and then I start blending out with a clean finger. And I mean, it may not be the perfect match combined with this eyeshadow, but hey, I might tone it down a little bit with this powder blush that's in my project pan as well. I'm not sure. If that works. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. I think I will leave it like this actually. It's enough color for me. I don't want too much attention on the rest of my face when I have such a strong color on my eyes. I just often feel like that's too much, especially on my fair skin. It's just, I look like a clown if there's strong colors all over the place. So if I had a red lipstick that would work with this red eye look, I could probably use it, but I don't think I have. Is that not really, really nice? I don't know. I just did a very natural light layer and it looks really nice in real life, but I don't know if you can really see it on camera. Alright, another thing that I try to do as much as I can, as often as I remember, is to use my setting spray. I just spray a little bit on top of my hand. I take my finger and I just dab it underneath my eyes. That just makes the concealer stay in place a lot better. And then I do powder on top. But I'm going to leave all these cream products alone for a second and I'm going to move on to my brows. I am so close to being finished with this brow pencil. I love it so much. I probably will repurchase. Not like right away, but definitely sometime in the future. I'm also kind of high maintenance with my brows these days. Mainly because my hair has gotten way darker than it used to be. I've stopped coloring my hair and naturally it's a lot more darker than it naturally used to be. So I kind of had to change up my brows a little bit to make them a little bit darker than I have in the past. I use this and then I got this is brand new, On Point brow liner from Catrice in medium brown. So far I've used this for like 2 weeks or so, not every day, so I'm not gonna say too much about it, but I think I really like it. I think so, but I'm gonna have to play around with it some more to see. It's just nice to have to fill in those blank areas. Okay, so I'm gonna give a proper review later on. Then I go in with some brow powder, and I know I'm not the best at doing my brows. You might sit at home watching this cringing over how I apply my brows or do my brows, but yeah, I'm trying my best. And then lastly, I do my Elf Wow brow. I just comb my brow hairs this way and then the right way afterwards, and that's it. Yeah. Okay, so this powder is the oldest powder I have. I've considered including it in a project pan. It's not currently in a project pan, but yeah, so I might include it very soon in a project pan. We'll see. I'm kind of like unofficially trying to pan it, but I think it'll take me a while. I think I'm gonna skip more blush. I'm just gonna do a little bit of highlighter. Again, the same one from Makeup Mecca. Then some setting spray. This is Skindinavia setting spray in a Fenty Beauty bottle. Just because it's easier to track, and I like this bottle, the mist, a little bit better. The Skindinavia setting mist I also really like. I'm just going to do my mascara, and again, I'll be right back. Alright, so typically if I were to choose from my whole makeup collection, I would have chosen a nude lipstick to combine with this eyeshadow look. But we're just going to see first. I might have to do that, but I'm going to see if any of these might work. So like I said, this is just a wrong kind of red. So that's not going to work. This lip liner is too cool. This is warm, but it's just not, it doesn't work with the red for some reason. So I'm not going to use this one. This is the Isadora Glossy lipstick in Think Pink. So we're left with, yeah, this is also too cool. I feel like this Doce Colors lip gloss in Messy Bun. I could do a thin layer of this and then just apply this lip gloss on top. The Milk Work. Let's just see how that looks. You know what? It's maybe not the best combination, but I feel like it works good. It works good enough for me to wear it like this. So yeah, Milk Work. And then let's try to apply this lip gloss from Milani, Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in Bare Pink. I like the lip gloss. I don't love the shade, but also I've learned to enjoy this a little bit more than I used to. Also, I don't love the applicator because a lot of product comes on at the same time. It's hard to, yeah, it's just, it applies too much product. Yeah, that almost, I want to take the lip gloss off and just have Milk Work. I'm gonna do that, sorry. Alright, we're back. I removed my lip gloss and reapplied this blush from Milk and Work. I really actually like it as a lipstick shade as well. And I think that is it. Let me give you a close-up. And here's the rest of the face. I'm pretty happy with the look, and I absolutely love the red eyeshadow. What do you guys think? Is it too much for my fair skin to handle such a out there eyeshadow, or does it work? I would love to know that. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some kind of entertainment looking at this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!